It's Portland Bulldogs boys basketball on WPPS TV3. Brought to you by the Portland Public Schools. Promise, prepared, and empowered. Now we send you to the broadcast booth with Steve Schwartz and Frank Myatt. Good evening. It's January 26th, 2018, and we're here at the Portland Expo for tonight's boys basketball action between the Golden Trojans of Thornton Academy and your Portland Bulldogs. This is Steve Schwartz along with Frank Healy on camera for WPPS TV3 Sports, joined as always by Frank Myatt tonight, and also John Webb from Thornton Academy. We'll have a moment to talk with you in just a moment. Frank, the Dogs are coming off their first loss of the year. It was a great game really played in Scarborough, but the Dogs are in recovery mode tonight.
Absolutely, Steve, and with an extra long recovery period as well. I mean, oftentimes teams will go from Friday to Tuesday, but here this is a Saturday to a Friday. A lot of time to think about it, a lot of time to adjust, to either let the loss fester or to really learn from it and overcome.
So we were at the Chevers game, of course, and Tehran had a little bit of a lackluster game with only 4 points. Didn't quite get his 1,000th point then. He got it the next day in the loss to Scarborough. Trey Ballou stepped up, and that's what we need. We need people to step in, doesn't Portland?
Exactly, Steve, and really just don't let a little negativity. Portland was really flat against Chevers as well. Is try to keep up tempo, do what you do best, play your game, and everything else will take care of itself.
Thank you. And actually, we had a chance to talk to Coach Russo about recovering from a loss. Coach, you guys are 11-1 this year. You started out 11-0, an uncharacteristic loss in the last game. The time before, Tehran was a little lackluster over at Chevers. Trey Ballou stepped up and scored some points, got some rebounds, and Pedro did, of course, as well. So you do have people stepping in. But what do you do after a loss like the one at Scarborough?
Well, first you got to tell the kids that that loss doesn't have to define us. And sometimes a loss wakes us up a little bit, gets us refocused. So we talked about just doing the little things at the end of the game that we didn't do, and always trusting the team and our concepts. So in that game, we kind of when the going got tough at the end, possession, they kind of lost their focus on the conceptual aspect of what we normally do. And we were successful, and Scarborough was in a position to win, and they made the free throws down the stretch. So I just always tell them, I mean, a loss is sometimes good for you. You know, again, our goal this year is to do the best we can. No one said we had to go undefeated. But I just said to the kids, this is not going to define the season, so we'll just regroup for next week.
Well, the fact is that you never really have seemed to mind a loss. Last 3 out of 4 years, you're the state champs. One of those years you were undefeated, but you really do learn something from a loss, don't you?
Yeah, sometimes when you win and you're making a few physical or mental mistakes, you don't quite understand it because the scoreboard's still in your favor. So with a loss, it makes you think a little bit and maybe refocus. That's exactly what happened in that game. And Scarborough played a good game. They really did. I have to give them some credit there. But it was really what we did to ourselves at the last 3 or 4 minutes.
So let me ask you where you go from here. Now, we play Thornton Academy tonight, Portland, and Thornton has been a streaky team. They came out, I think they lost a few, they won 5, they lost 4, they won 5, they lost 3, and then from there, Portland plays Bangor tomorrow, which has a pretty good record, and from there, it's really into the frying pan again, because you've got the Cheverses, the South Portland, you have to travel to Bonnie Eagle, and you wrap it up at Deering. So there's really no rest for the weary, is there?
Yeah, we got a great ending to our season because you want to play some quality games. TA, we never take anybody lightly anyway, but they're a funny team because they've been going up and down a little bit. They lost their best player, so we thought, geez, maybe TA's done. But then they won 4 or 5 in a row with their best player out. So there's some concern there on what they're doing well to do that. And then tomorrow's game against Bangor, back-to-back, early game. That's not going to be no picnic either. So we're going to have to regroup after we focus on tonight, regroup quickly for that game. And they're a good team. They're a good team. They got Flemings at 6'7", tough matchup. He can shoot the 3. So it's not going to be easy. Hopefully that long bus ride will tire them out.
Well, okay, we hope so. Coach, it's very nice to talk with you. Best of luck for the rest of the season. So, as you can see, Coach Russo says as much of what you say. You have to really, just kind of dig in and look at what you didn't do right and try to make it better. John, first of all, it's great to see you, a fellow attorney and dear friend, Big John Webb. And Big John, what I want to ask you about a little bit is about your team. Thornton Academy has a little bit streaky this year. They came out with 4 wins. Then they had 5 losses. Then they had 3 wins, coming off a loss to Marshwood now. Tell us a little bit about your team.
One of the biggest problems we have, Steve, is that we lost senior captain David Cohan in the first half of the first game. And in my opinion, he's one of the top 3 or 4 players in the state of Maine. And when you lose the big show like that, you're already in a deficit. So you've got senior captain Jack Webb is really the only other senior other than Andre Hart who's been playing regularly. Jack comes off the bench. Andre's been starting. And then after that, you go down to juniors, sophomores, and you've got freshman sensation Peyton Jones starting and playing almost the entire game.
That's right. Actually, Peyton Jones this year is leading the team in scoring with about 10 a game, as is William Mitchell. And Jones can really knock down the threes with 16. He's not the only one, however, as Mitchell has 9, A.J. Bracamonte has 13. So it seems like you can spread it around a little bit. You guys are actually ranked 3rd.
Well, we are, and we hope that we're going to get better as we go. Coach has done a great job of adding some of the upperclassmen in the last few games, trying to kind of broaden the base as we get towards February in the middle of the playoffs. So we're hoping that these younger kids will maybe mature over the next couple weeks and will be deep on the bench and be able to really spread it around and hit some threes and rebound.
Now that we have you here, I want to ask you a couple of questions. You were the general manager of the Sanford Mainers from the NECBL, a league that a collegiate basketball league that was started by George Foster of the Cincinnati Reds. Tell us a little bit about that experience.
Well, the NECBL is, in my mind, the second best wooden bat summer baseball league in the United States of America, behind the Cape League. And Sanford has become one of the more mature franchises. We have a great 2018 season coming up. We've got a kid named Tyler Mortensen, who's a big 6'6" right-handed pitcher from Texas, who plays for, believe it or not, the Air Force Academy. He's coming to town. We've got players from the top teams in the country, including Duke. We've got Maryland. We've got Virginia Tech. Michigan is a huge supporter of the Sanford Mainers, and we've got Vanderbilt as well. So we've got big quality programs coming to Sanford, Maine this summer.
That's great. We'll look forward to that. We'll look forward to tonight's game, and thank you kindly for joining us, John.
Thanks for having me.
We'll have the game for you in a moment, folks.
Our opponents tonight, Thornton Academy. One of our very oldest opponents. Our first game against Thornton Academy was in the year 1908, 110 years ago. Here are the starting lineups for tonight's game. Thornton Academy, guard, number 10, 5'7" junior Anthony Bracamonte. The forward for Thornton, number 20, 6'3", senior co-captain Griffin Foley. Guard for Thornton Academy, number 11, 6'1" junior C.J. O'Brack. And the forward for Thornton, number 5, 5'11" junior Pedro Fonseca. Guarding in center for Thornton Academy, number 42, 6'5" junior William Chapman. The center for Thornton, number 23, 6'5" junior Trey Balloon. Guard for Thornton Academy, number 35, 6'8" in the forward. The freshman brother Peyton Jones. Guard for Thornton, number 5'9", senior co-captain Navy Ubu. The other starters for Thornton Academy, number 21, 6'3" sophomore Mitchell. The Portland, number 4, 5'11", senior co-captain Ron Moss. Clark is head coach of Thornton Academy. Joe Russo, the coach of Portland High School. Our certified athletic trainer this evening is Ryan Lucas. Our officials for this game are Terry Alvarell, Mark McGinnis. Would anybody please stand for our national anthem?
Right there, having 3 referees.
There's Big John Webb. His son is really a tremendous football player for Thornton Academy as well, and is a prospect for a football scholarship. And we may get to see him during the course of this game. He's a captain, one of the only three-sport captains at Thornton Academy in years. So here's Trey Ballou now at center court here with William Chapman. And Thornton is going to control. Quickly pushing the ball up there now is Lebrecht around. Portland starts with a man defense.
Nice high screen there. We're going to have...
So didn't they used to call that a moving pick back in the day, Frank? I don't know. It kind of seemed like it might have been, but...
Well, definitely for 42, Chapman uses his big body to clear out. Either way, jump ball gives the ball to Portland for Thornton's first turnover.
So, here we go. Dogs with their first possession.
Moss posting up and loses it.
Yeah. Unusual. Unforced error.
Unusual to post up and unusual to lose it.
Yeah, no, that looked like a little bit of an up and down, no call, but we have a travel called actually on Portland.
A pair of turnovers each way, jump stop, one of those harder calls to come up with.
Coming out to take out the ball now will be number 35, Peyton Jones. He is the super freshman, leads the team in scoring. Up and in for Chapman for two.
A nice 15-footer there. Portland out in the 2-3 zone on that inbound. He found a gap, put it up. Right idea there with the feed, but Thornton able to deflect. Portland get a chance on the inbound.
Again, Thornton a very streaky team this year.
Foley gives it away.
Yep. Third Portland turnover, again uncharacteristic. For the three, rebound will come to Manny.
And nobody really wanted that rebound, Steve. Ballou has to go up and get it. Use his size advantage.
Yeah, that Manny wanted the foul there, wasn't called. The rebound comes to Thornton. And now Bracamonte with the ball and over to the right side. Fall away. Rebound will come to Tehran. Mitchell shot that up. And there's Manny from the corner. And there you go.
That's a shot that really has to fall. Get Portland a little momentum, and Coach Bob Davies will want a timeout.
So there you have it. It's 3-2 Bulldogs, 6:13 left in the first quarter. Okay, so here comes Mitchell to inbound the ball. Portland with a press.
Portland showing 2-2-1 here. Zone press, try to trap in the corners. Thornton will try to get the ball in the middle, get around it.
Yeah, and a nice steal there.
Deflection all came from Foley there.
And Manny is fouled. So Bracamonte with the foul. Manny shooting two.
It's so important here early, Steve, get those pregame jitters out of the way, knock down a couple foul shots.
All right.
Of course, coming off a loss, we've always talked about losses being learning experiences. Teams typically learn more from losing than from just doing barely enough to win. So we'll see if Coach Russo can put that into action. As we see him out again with a 2-2 on, he's got this trap he wants in the corner.
Yeah, that's this time they, whoa.
And everybody on the Portland bench saw that one.
And everybody on the Portland side wanted to travel on that one. You could pack your bags and go to Mexico with that. 42 and in, Chapman. So it's 5-4. Manny Ugu has all 5 Portland points.
Careless hands by Ugu. Yeah. That'll be a travel.
So again, uncharacteristic for Portland to be leading in turnovers 4-2. Just 5.5 minutes into the game here.
Portland not taking care of the basketball. That is a key to allowing a one-game loss to become a trend. So something they're going to have to clean up here.
The three. is Chapman. So he's got all of Thornton's points. So it's basically 7-5, Chapman over Yugu.
Let's see if Foley can add to it.
Ballou goes up, gets the rebound, but it doesn't fall back for him.
Ballou not strong with the basketball there, falling away instead of going up towards the bucket.
Well, and then really pounding under the boards there. Has a couple of rebounds by Jones on each side. This time Ballou.
Over the top, Foley leaked out.
There you go.
Nice outlet pass, able to look over the top, find Foley.
Tehran, the nice pass there. Peyton Jones, it doesn't fall, but...
good hustle by Yugo to secure that.
Just takes it coast to coast.
This is the game Portland wants to play. Get up, run up and down, pour the ball in.
9-7 is the score. Yugo with 7 of Portland's 9 points.
Almost, Griffin.
Peyton Jones is the super freshman for Thornton Academy. Stepped in this year. Leads the team in three-pointers.
Thornton has mismatch now with Ballou.
Boom.
Taking advantage of it. Chapman on Yugu is a matchup Coach Bob Davies wants all night.
Well, it's 9-9. Simon Chadbourne set to come in for the Dogs. Ballou inside.
Nice post move by Trey Ballou there. That was what we saw against Chevrolet, Steve, and that's what we're starting to see again tonight, being strong with the ball and stepping in.
That's right, he had 16 points against Chevrolet doing that. Number 20, Jack Pazinski, checks in for Thornton. Pazinski averaging 5.5 points a game. He's knocked down 5 threes this year. There you go, quick hands.
Chadbourne able to get a deflection. Fonseca comes up with the ball.
Here you go. Move the ball, move it.
Inside, now out to Pedro.
A good inside out look.
The rebound will come to Mitchell. Well,
nice fall by Bracamonte. Second one won't fall either.
Pedro with the ball there. He's pushed a little, no call. To the right side to Tehran. Off the boards there for 2, his first 2 of the game. He banks it home. 2 minutes, 12 seconds left here in the first quarter. 13-9 is the score. Lino Ben set to check in for the Dogs. As Coach Russo will try to mix things up a little bit and find out what'll work the best.
And we've seen Joe go deep into his bench early. See you again tonight. As he'll look to rotate 7 into the first quarter.
The high shot doesn't fall. Simon Chadbourne comes out with the rebound. He's looking for the outlet. Nobody open, but there's Griffin Foley underneath and a reverse and in.
He just looked his man right off, and it'll be another timeout, Thornton.
15-9 is the score with 1.5 minutes left in the first quarter. We're back, folks, as Thornton Academy is taking their timeout, and C.J. Lebrecq will inbound the ball to Bracamonte.
Portland showing 2-2-1 again. Looking to create turnovers out of that zone press.
But this time, nothing doing. A great break of that press and another 2 for Chapman.
The big man can be crucial on the press break, stretch the floor.
Well, it's 15-11. It's all Chapman, and there's in the corner there, Simon Chadbourne. Not this time. The rebound will come to Tehran. Oop. And we have a turnover.
Portland's 5th.
Hugo set to check back in for the Dogs here. That three doesn't fall. Chadbourne with his second rebound of the game.
Chadbourne's got to get the ball out of his hands. The ball advances much faster in the air than it does on the ground.
Yeah, but I will say, though, he had a nice pass to Ben that didn't fall. And the rebound will come to Peyton Jones.
"20 seconds. We'll see if Thornton pulls it out here.
15-11 is the score here. They're down by 4. Well, they're moving it around well. Here's the open shot. It doesn't fall for C.J. Lebrecht, so we will end the quarter. The Dogs up 4, 15-11. Portland cheerleaders here tonight in force, cheering on the Portland Bulldogs. We're going to start second quarter action here. Steve Schwartz along with Frank Myatt for WPPS TV3. Oops, went down.
We're going to have a blocking foul, I believe, on Moss. And will be Tehran's first, Portland's first foul of the game.
That seemed like an invisible foul to me, but I just didn't see it.
Probably
all of a sudden went down.
Probably a knee or a hip that Tehran just kind of threw out to impede the ball carrier, ball handler, that is.
So Ballou with that rebound, his third of the game. Quickly breaking out to Foley, a no-look pass to Simon Chadbourne on the corner.
And one more. Portland had a chance to reverse very nicely there against this zone.
Blocking foul, shooting 2 will be.
The foul will be on Chapman. Chapman's first, Thornton Academy's second.
Foley at the stripe.
Foley shooting 2.
Foley looking, I would say, Steve, better and better every game. He kind of came in a little banged up off football season. He's really starting to look like the Griffin Foley of old. He's kind of a crafty player. We see no-look passes, using his eyes just to confuse opponents while always knowing what to do with the ball.
Whoa, and look at that. Griffin Foley started that, and Tehran almost finished it. Lebrecht with the rebound. In the corner is Peyton. Hugo gets that.
Well, it's kind of falling away there. Nice jump in the passing lane by Moss.
To Foley.
Just had to save that from going inbounds. Pass was falling out.
Switching turnovers back and forth here.
Turnover battle tied at 6.
And a foul on Ballou, who will help up Chapman.
Trey Ballou's first foul, second on the Bulldogs.
Chapman will be at the line at 17-11. We have a timeout, so I think Coach Russo wants to talk things over.
Timeout, 30 seconds.
Chapman at the line now, shooting 2. Adds to Thornton's point total and his point total, 12 for Thornton, 12 for Chapman.
Chapman using his big 6'5" frame to really punish the Bulldogs, showing a nice touch from the foul line there as well. Thornton showing a little token press there.
He had 6 foul shots in a win against Sanford.
Moss will step back.
Just off. Chapman with the rebound.
Well, Steve, sometimes the best way to get out of a funk is to shoot your way out of the funk. So I think it'd be a good sign for Portland if Tehran Moss just keeps on shooting.
And we say a funk. I mean, he scored 19 against very critical points against Scarborough. So he had a good game. Got his 1,000th point. And he kind of swatted at, but nevertheless brings it home.
Nice steal, nice finish.
19-13, a 6-point Portland lead. 5.5 minutes left in the first half. Peyton Jones up and in, his first 2 of the night.
The first point scored by someone not named Chapman. Of course, Jones, the freshman sensation for Thornton Academy.
Ballou.
Nice little mid-range jumper by Trey Ballou, kind of able to extend his game out a little bit.
Thornton quickly pushing it up court here. And there is a steal. Here comes Pedro. Left hand doesn't fall, but
nice
the follow is Moss's.
Beautiful follow by Teron Moss there. Stay with it. Don't come down with the ball. Just grab it, put it back in.
23-15, the Dogs in front. That's a Lebrec back out to Brecamonte.
Late rotation by Chadbourne. Thornton couldn't pick up on it.
There's a jump.
Good hustle by Simon Chadbourne, able to stick his nose in there, grab a hold of the ball. The Portland's ball on the possession arrow.
Teron Moss.
Nice strong finish. Will be rewarded at the foul line.
That'll be on Chapman, his second.
Chapman's second foul. Longtime Thornton coach Bob Davies is going to stick with him, though. Not in a position to bring his best player off the floor. Moss hits the front end.
His 5th point of the game. 24-15. With this next one, he could make it an even 10-point lead with 4:10 left in the first half. And he does.
8-2 run for Portland in the last minute and a half. And they're not stopping now. Good jump by Foley, but can't control it.
Jones up and in. That time he took it right to the hoop over Trey. Here comes Jack Webb, set to check in for the Trojans. Here's an unselfish play there by Fonseca.
See, that'll stay Portland ball. Good fight inside. Fonseca not content to let Thornton Academy come down with the rebound.
So you can see he's a crowd favorite for Thornton Academy. Is Big John is Big John. Teron for 3.
Nice look. Able to step into it and open things up for Portland.
His 9th point, 5th of the quarter here. Number 44 is Jack Webb.
Moonlighting from his Dragnet days.
Just the facts, man. Look at that hustle, my goodness. And look how quick and agile he was.
Big guy not afraid to dive on the
Well,
floor.
look, he's a great athlete, so there you go. Peyton Jones.
Late rotation by Ballou, going for the swat. And that'll be Portland ball off the non-rebound. As I say, Webb's last motion was out of bounds.
So here we go, 2.5 minutes left here, 2:45 I should say, in the half. Now, that's hard to get around Webb when you're who's playing defense. It's going to be Portland ball. I'm going to say it was off of Jones.
And good defense by Webb. He's able to use the sideline as a second defender.
So Manny Ugo is going to check in now for Pedro Fonseca. And number 2 is Adam Lovejoy, and he is in for Peyton Jones. He's going to get a little instruction from his coach. 28-17 is the score, 2.5 minutes left. in the first half. Quinn Clark with the ball. Round the horn to Ron for three. Not this time. Benny, the rebound.
And they'll say Moss is fouled.
That'll be on Webb.
On the foul, number 44, Jack Webb. His first, team foul number 4, Ron Moss, 2 free throws.
Good look by Moss there.
Ben Fisher, number 14, is in the ball.
Ben Fisher has checked in for Trey Ballou.
10-2 run for the Bulldogs. Portland able to slowly try to create a little distance here.
Make it 11-2. And they've done it a little quietly, if you will. Look at that steal by Griffin Foley up and...
Moss able to come down with it. He'll go back to the line. A nice pair of offensive rebounds by Teron Moss. He'll be rewarded with a couple foul shots.
1 foul, number 20, Jack Brzezinski, his first. Team foul number 5, Ron Moss.
That's on Jack Brzezinski. Teron.
It's the first.
Money at the line tonight as Simon Chadbourne will check back in for Quinn Clark. 31-17 is the score, and 2 minutes left here in the first half.
Moss starting to look a little bit more relaxed, Steve. I'm not sure if you're seeing the same thing I am. It doesn't look like he's pressing quite as much as he was early in the game. Portland showing a little 1-2-2 pressure now. Thornton able to get behind the press. They'll be rewarded with a layup.
Peyton Jones, 32-19, and now Thornton with a press of its own. Not much of one, though. Quickly over center court there by Chadbourne to Foley to Moss. Moss knows what he wants, and he knows who he wants to have the ball. Double team there on Chadbourne. I think one of the things you're going to see is teams doubling and tripling up on Chadbourne, trying not letting him get that shot off from the beyond the three.
Oh, and if they're going to do that, he's going to have to take advantage and dump it inside.
Something like that. That reverse by Teron Moss. Acrobatic move. 34-19. Has a double pump. Doesn't fall. Griffin Foley with the rebound. Chadbourne for three.
He has to get one at some point, doesn't he?
That's why you have to double and triple team Simon Chadbourne.
20-point lead. Not quite a 20-point lead.
Ben Fisher with the timely rebound. And on the break is Chadbourne. Wow. That looked like it was a foul, but the foul will instead be called on Adam Lovejoy, and Manny will be at the line shooting two.
Now, of course, we'll have a chance for my 20-point lead as Bulldogs hold an 18-point lead.
16 fouls.
Set to check in for the Trojans will be number 24, Ben Ham.
And out for Yugu.
Ben Ham, number 24, and for Bracamonte.
So Bracamonte will get his first break of the game. Manny doesn't hit those two, unusual for him. Peyton Jones pushes it up. Whoop. Manny with the rebound. He's going to take it coast to coast, and he tried to pass it. Well, that's interesting. It looked like it was off of Ham, but
Well, it could have been
Lovejoy,
off.
rather, but
Could have been off Thornton, then back off Yugu.
Ballou in for Yugu right now. 37-19, 10 seconds left here in the first half. Thornton will try to put something up here, get a little momentum going into the locker room. And the shot barely gets off, and not a great one at that by Mitchell. So 37-19 will be the score going into halftime. So the Dogs have an 18-point lead at half, Frank. The Trojans have their points on the strength of underclassmen, with their leading scorer, William Chapman, with 13 of their 19 points, junior, and Peyton Jones, 6 points, the freshman.
And those two players accounting for all of Thornton Academy's points. Portland, however, Steve, spreading out a bit more.
They are indeed. Teron Moss, 15 points, including 13 in the second quarter. Manny Ugu with 9, Griffin Foley with 6, and some really acrobatic plays there as well. Trey Ballou with 4, Simon Chadbourne with 3, Teron with 4 rebounds, Trey with 3. Again, they're doing what they were doing. They're firing on all cylinders.
Exactly, Steve. A 22-8 second quarter for Portland, using those chunk points and ability to just kind of put a gap on their opponents, creating double-digit turnovers. This is getting closer to what Coach Russo wants to see going down the stretch.
That's right, folks, and we'll bring you second half action in a moment. Here we go, second half action here at the Portland Expo, with the Dogs enjoying a 37-19 lead over the Trojans of Thornton Academy. They switch sides. Trojans possess to start the second half.
Both teams going with their original starting lineups. Unforced error right there.
Slowing it down now.
Oh, beautiful
no look by Foley. It's on Peyton Jones, first foul.
And our first foul of the second half, as Ballou looks to make it 20.
His 5th point of the game. He does. 39-19.
There's that 20-point lead I've been waiting for about 10 minutes, Steve.
Well, he had a, let's see, pushed out of bounds. I guess he's going to call a foul on Pedro.
And they'll call Pedro for the hand check. Fonseca's first.
Mitchell will inbound now to the press.
Portland showing full court man. Sometimes they like to run and jump out of that.
Steal, Teron Moss. Whew, what a move. Griffin Foley, wide receiver.
Yeah, there's Ballou with the post move.
A lot of action there. Finally coming down with it is Lebrecq.
Neither player there stepping up, as he's able to feed it inside.
Mitchell.
Good look by Jones. Nobody from the Bulldogs wanted to step up and take him on, so we'll dump it off.
39-21 is the score. Minute and a half into the third quarter. Ballou, strong move to the hoop.
Coach Bob Davies wanted to travel there, but officials aren't willing to give it to him.
Boy, what a formidable defense. And there you go. There's the steal.
Good strip by Moss.
Manny with a move to the hoop. Oh, he loses it. Saved by Bracamonte, but it goes to Teron Moss, to Griffin Foley, and they are money to the hoop.
That's a combination we've been watching for a solid 3+ years.
We've been watching it that long, but if you take a look at one of Mike Hoffer's forecasters, you'll see the both of them winning, I believe, a national 8th grade championship. with some players not from other schools as well, but in other towns. But they've been playing together that long. No,
And Blue couldn't secure it. And we'll have a carry. It'll be 15 turnovers for Thornton Academy. To only 9 for the Bulldogs.
And checking in now for the Trojans will be number 20, Jack Pazinski. Pedro will take it out. Trey.
Showing a little range there.
He's been hitting from all over tonight. The only thing he hasn't done yet is bury a 3.
8 points for Trey Ballou.
Tehran with his about 4th steal of the evening.
And let's say Fonseca was out of bounds when he came down with that rebound. It'll stay Thornton ball.
Quinn Clark will check in for Pedro Fonseca.
Late inbound by Foley.
Griffin for 3.
All alone down there. Moss able to penetrate, kick it out. Foley buries it.
You know, it's dangerous to leave any one of those players on the floor, any one of them for Portland, alone for a 3. That might be on Tehran. No, it's on Trey.
That's Ballou's second foul. As the freshman Peyton Jones goes to the foul line, looking to stem the tide of an 11-2 run to open up this second half.
Jones with his first point of the half. Lino Ben will check in for Trey Ballou. As Jones will bury both for his 8th point of the game.
Total man pressure on Moss.
He doesn't seem very fazed by it. Gonna take the Major League 3 and hit it. That's the G League 3 right there. Inside to Chapman.
Good fight by Quinn Clark. It'll be Thornton Academy ball.
Jack Webb is going to come in for Chapman. He'll take it out.
Nice tip by Lino Ben there. Use his length.
.51-23 is the score here.
Portland 2-3 zone on the inbound again.
Keep him out, Mike. Keep him out.
Peyton Jones for 3. Doesn't hit. Quinn Clark with the rebound. He sees Griffin Foley. It'll be 1-on-2. Manny around the horn to Moss for 3.
Great ball reversal there by Portland, able to find Moss open for a wide open 3.
That whole play was poetry right there.
It all comes down to that ball reversal. Passing up a decent shot to make one more and get a better shot.
Nice rebound by Ben.
Moss will pull back a little bit.
2:43 left here in the third quarter. Simon Chadbourne set to check in. Here's Moss from another spot. Webb with the quick rebound over to Ham. That doesn't fall, so Maniugu has Foley. Ben with the follow.
Nice follow by Lino Ben. Foley, the little awkward shot, doesn't fall. Lino Ben cleaning up the mess for 2.
56-23, and this is fast becoming a blowout here. 2 minutes left in the third quarter. The Dogs have been dominating most of their games this year. Their last couple, they did not.
That foul's on Foley, and to your point, Steve, really a game where I'm sure Coach Russo worked all week on a few things, trying to see what didn't work against Scarborough, and certainly a chance for Portland to come out against a decent opponent at Thornton Academy and try to create a little distance, do the things they do well, put some points on the board, and as we see tonight, cruise to a nice win.
Number 12 is Brian Pike in for the Golden Trojans. Lovejoy is in. Ham is in. Peyton Jones is in, and he just gets his 4th foul shot of the quarter. 56-25. I mean, look at Chadbourne is getting mauled inside. There's Quinn Clark. Lino Ben.
By Ben.
Chadbourne, not this time. The rebound will come to Robert Goronski, who's checked in for the Trojans.
We'll have an offensive foul there. Foley set up nicely, absorbed the contact, went down. That foul will be on Lovejoy.
His second. So it looks like Thornton Academy has some young underclassmen in here as well. They're going to get some experience playing against a team like Portland.
Well, for Portland, it's going to be that happy medium here of kind of playing your starters to get them some reps versus putting the reserves in, as we see Foley take it.
Gets his own rebound. Oh my goodness!
Oh, what a look. Unbelievable.
Get out. 2 points for Lino Ben. Griffin Foley, my goodness, Frank.
Steve, just great awareness of where he is on the court, keeping his dribble under the basket, knowing he can't possibly put it up.
Jack Webb with 2.
There'll be timeout, Thornton.
Thornton timeout with 44.6 seconds left in the third quarter. The score, Portland Bulldogs 58, the Golden Trojans 27. Here we go with fourth quarter action. That's Jess Brown right there, who was Maine's Gatorade Softball Player of the Year.
Tremendous pitcher for the Bulldogs, who made a nice deep tournament run this year.
I had the opportunity to umpire one of her games, and she has got tremendous ball movement. I've never seen such movement on a pitcher's, softball pitcher's pitch. There's Griffin Foley. No look to Fisher, now for 3.
A little inside out, why not?
He's done it every way tonight. Why not that way?
On the inside out pass really sets it up. Foley able to step right into a shot.
His 14th point of the game. Nice hands by Fisher.
Well, he may have been stepping out of bounds. Either way, it'll be Portland ball. There's the curl.
Well, they had a legal screen on Trey Ballou.
kind of hard. Tough to resist that urge to throw a leg out, twist a hip a little bit, but either way, Baloo does it.
You almost wonder whether or not Coach Russo wouldn't mind that particular foul. See Trey get a little.
Well, it's really an attention to detail foul.
Oh, look at this.
Let his receiver a little bit too much there.
They're just kind of looking at each other like, you know.
Just pretend it never happened. Move on. Next play.
Intercepted, if you will, by Chadbourne. Trey Ballou up, followed by Moss.
Nice tip by Moss. Staying with it. One hand, put it back.
22 points. His average is 22.1. He leads the SMAA in scoring. Shots just aren't falling for Thornton, but coming up with the rebound is 32. Fisher's foul.
We'll see Gorosky at the line.
Doesn't fall.
Robert Gorosky is 6'3" junior forward for the Golden Trojans.
Here comes Jack Webb for William Chapman. Webb is 6'5". Converts one, Gorosky, so 63-30 is the score. 33-point Dogs lead, 5.5 minutes left. Oh,
just pure athleticism.
Oh my goodness. That's interesting. Manny Ugu, Pedro Fonseca checking in for the Dogs. Ethan Thea, number 34, checking in. As Ben Fisher, Teron Moss, Griffin Foley will take a break and probably say goodnight with 35, a comfortable 35-point lead by the Dogs.
Nice little jump hook there by Doronsky.
Manny up and in. He hits double figures with 11. Nifty move by Pike for 2. Thornton crowd goes wild.
Not much to cheer about tonight, so only picking their battles. Inside out.
There's Pedro. And he hits it.
At the risk of sounding like a broken record, Steve, there's nothing quite like the inside out 3.
Well, another nifty move there, but Pedro with the rebound. He's going to take it coast to coast. Looked like it was knocked out of his hand. They're going to call it Thornton ball.
I thought he just lost it going up. Official McGinnis will agree. See number 21, Richard Greenwood, checking in for Portland.
.70-34 is the score. So, I mean, part of this is also just some very, very cold shooting tonight on the part of the Trojans.
Well, for that, you can't discount Portland's defense. Portland did a much better job after that first quarter of closing out on defense, limiting shots, limiting possessions with rebounds.
That's going to be a foul on Greenwood. At the line will be Lovejoy. Hits the first one, his first points of the game. Hits them both. 70-36. 3:52 left. Pedro for 3. Not this time. Thea can't come up with it. Instead, Goroski does. And here's the break. Foul on Manny. Shooting 2 will be Pike.
They're going to say Manny got him with a low arm there. Yugu's first foul of the game. Portland 7th.
The first of 2 games in a row here for the Dogs. That's what happened last week as well. Here comes number 2, Griffin Buckley, in for the Dogs right now. Ugle will say goodnight.
Pike gets the second.
Here's Chadbourne from the corner. Doesn't hit, but Pedro, no look pass.
Right idea, but nobody was looking for him.
It's off of Buckley's knee. To Pedro, oh my goodness.
Beautiful look by Buckley, and he's down.
So he's down here, and Ryan Lucas is going to go ahead and take a look at him, and we will take a break. 3:14 left, 72-37, the Dogs in front. So Buckley is off to the side here. He's getting worked on. It looks like his ankle, but we'll be back here.
Good ball movement by the Golden Trojans. Greenwood playing defense, guarding the baseline.
Jack Webb inside, get Thayer on him. He pushes it back out. Number 33 is Derek Ishami.
Oh, nice look. Ethan Thayer able to finish.
He gets on the board for 2. 2 minutes left, 74-37. Yeah, so that was a nice play there, and Webb set that pick and called it. Jurowski had the shot there. Thea underneath. Oh my goodness.
And Pedro opening that up again as he's noticing the defense rotating towards him, dumps it off to Ethan Thea.
Another turnover. Interception by Chad.
You've got to be kidding me.
That was
from Machias on the state of Maine map.
Chadbourne, no call.
Ooh, nice little take by Lovejoy, but he can't finish it.
Here comes Pedro. Sloppy here at the end, but it is what it is. A nice block by Ishami, no goaltending. 76-39, 40 seconds left. Greenwood with the ball. Over to Pedro.
I would be surprised to see Portland go 4 corners here and run a little clock.
Yep. Thea again.
Oh. Thea,
3 in a row.
Nice little Jody inside we're seeing for the big fella.
8 seconds left. 78-39 is the score. It's a 39-point lead. The Bulldogs with a resounding victory tonight.
Mitchell a basket for 2. Varsity had 4 baskets and a free throw for 9. Peyton Jones had 3 baskets, 4 free throws for 10. And William Chapman had a 4 baskets, 2 free throws. High for Thornton Academy at 14. Portland, you could pay 3 baskets for 6.
So how do you rebound from a loss? Well, you take a 39-point win against the team that's ranked number 3 in Class AA South. The Dogs tonight win 78-39 on the strength of 23 points by Teron Moss, including 3 threes. Next up is Griffin Foley, who had 16 points and 2 threes. Manny Yugu had 11 points with 1 3. And Trey Ballou had 10 points tonight as well. So they really just poured it on tonight. And Thornton was the victim, really.
Exactly, Steve. And we also saw some good adjustments. William Chapman for Thornton Academy leading the way with 13 first half points. He was shut out in the second half. So really, little adjustment made by Coach Russo, kind of rotating towards his side and not letting him gash Portland like he did in the first half. So you've got to like what you're seeing for Portland and a chance to kind of get a little momentum rolling tomorrow as Bangor comes in, and a much improved Bangor team for what we saw last year.
That's right. The Dogs also adjusting in terms of keeping Peyton Jones in check tonight with only 10 points. He's the freshman phenom. We'll hear a lot about him in the years to come. Tonight, though, the Dogs with a resounding 39-point trouncing of the Golden Trojans of Thornton Academy. This is Steve Schwartz along with Frank Myatt, Frank Healy on camera, and for John Webb tonight, saying so long from the Expo, where tonight the Bulldogs are victorious once again. They go to 12-1. Good night.